Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are going to be going to the spot that was on the side of the highway that we fished with the cane pole. I was having a little bit of battery issues last time we went there, but today we're going to do some Tenkara fishing. Now, this video might come up before that one because I was unable to edit and get it ready last week. Had a lot of stuff going on. My mom's starting chemo again, and then just a bunch of other things going on, so I didn't really have time to get last Thursday's video up, so I apologize for that. So I might put this one up before that because this will be uploaded on either Tuesday or Thursday. I normally try to keep Tuesdays as a Tenkara video, but we'll see. This might come out after that, but we're gonna go to that spot. I'm a little worried because I did see a few big bowfin there, and I want to start with the roto because I want to get some of those bigger panfish that were there, because we caught some nice sized panfish. Only caught 3. We caught one little bass, and I'm not going to spoil it. You guys got to go watch it. But we caught a few little fish, nice sized fish, and I want to do it with the roto because it'd be more fun and more of a fight, and it's just, I can get a better presentation with the roto. But also, I'm concerned that if we hook into a bowfin on the roto, we might lose it. So, and we still haven't got our bowfin yet, so I want my bowfin. So I might bring the imago as well. It just depends on how things are looking when I get there, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll meet you guys at the water. I gotta get gas, and then I'll be there. Bumblebee. Anyway, meet y'all at the water. Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody. Wait, I already did my intro. All right, guys, we are here at the spot. We're just gonna go ahead and get this roto ready to go. It's a nice little spot. I really wish I could get down there by that log jam, but there's no way to get to it without bushwhacking through this really thick bush. I don't really want to do that this morning. What we've currently got tied on, I think it's like a big black fly. I really need to tie a new leader on. This one's getting a bit short, but we're gonna start with it. But this is what we currently got tied on. Just a big ugly black fly, and we're gonna start with that. I'm seeing a bit of activity, but I'm not sure if it's just bubbles coming up from the bottom, but there looks like to be a lot of movement underneath the surface here, and I can't tell if it's just fish coming up and feeding on stuff or if they're just current seams are breaking up, you know, bubbles. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started. My leader is really short, it's only about a foot long, which still allows us to get out towards the center, but it's not quite as good as I'd like it to be. This fly will sit on top at first, and then it'll slowly sink. So while it's on top, I'm just gonna let it drift. Let it do its thing. Then once it's wet, I'll fish it like a wet fly. Make sure no ants are gonna be going after my scone. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pack our stuff up and we're gonna go across to the other side, because that's where I had the most luck fishing, you know, towards that log. Maybe that'll help us get a better strike. I don't know. Last time I was here, they liked it when I just casted it out, and I just left it. So I'm gonna let this sit for a moment while we get our stuff packed up, and then once we get it packed up, we will reconvene and hopefully have a fish on there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that going, because they could be down very, very deep. It's a good possibility that they're just down really deep. So we have to let this sink all the way down and then jig it back up. And since I'm not using a weighted fly, it takes a minute to sink. All right, guys, I found a little stream that connects to this area we were just fishing. It's about 3 minutes up the road. And I found this little access point. Hopefully it's not too chock full of spiders and we can get through here without having to knock down 17 different webs. But it looks like this opens up to a section for us to be able to walk through, which is what we're currently trying to do. Let's get to a section we can actively walk. Now, I do got my boots on because we're gonna get our feet wet. I do worry about people being back here, so that's always a concern. And I'm wearing these boots, I cannot run very fast. Oh, well, that's good to know. Next time I'll just pull up the road further and I can walk in right there. Well, that's good to know. But as you can see, there's a little stream that runs through here, and we're gonna follow it that way towards the towards that deeper water. Getting down might be hard, so we're gonna try right here. It looks like somebody else has been here. Either that or deer or some sort of animal has. It's gonna get mucky, so that's to be expected. I want to get off this gooey mud and get to this harder sand. So that's where I was gonna come down at. But we're gonna walk this way. If y'all been on the channel before, we've done something similar to this. I'm not gonna unfurl the line yet because I don't know if we're gonna have any water that's really gonna be deep enough for us to fish. Now, there could be some little fish hiding on the undercuts of these banks, but they're probably not gonna be very big, which isn't a bad thing. But I'd like to see where this leads, see what we could be getting our, because if we can figure out where this feeds out into that creek, we might be able to get access to a lot of stuff we normally don't get access to. Ooh, that's really squishy. Maybe I should get something to stand on out here. And if I lose my boots, I'll jump out of them. But this sand gets a bit squishy in parts, makes me a bit nervous. I don't want to fall in quicksand here. I see right there, there's a nice big chunk undercut the bank. There's probably a little bluegill or something in there. I don't know because I'm not actively fishing yet. We're just currently walking our way to where this soft sediment is, trying to see what's around. I don't see a lot of fish on the edges yet. Normally I'd see some getting spooked as we go. I don't see that. The water is crystal clear though. The big spider web right there. Ooh, soft spot. See, there's a big spider up there. Two big spiders. I'm not gonna mess with your web. I should be able to go underneath it. Keyword on the should. I'm gonna take these glasses off. I'm not really using them right now. The water does, I just disturbed some stuff on the bottom and it kind of made a stinky fart smell. So that's not necessarily the best thing, but it's not the worst thing either. Looks like this is where it opens up to the creek. Down here, yeah, well, maybe not. This might be another switchback. Yeah, this is just a switchback. Takes a sharp turn. There's another deep spot there. Still don't see any fish actively holding in any of this water, which makes me think this water may not be permanently here. But we're gonna, oh wait, here we go. This looks like it might be deep enough. There's a nice little pool up ahead of us. Ooh, that's squishy. Is that too squishy? Let's see, do a test step. It's a little squishy, but I'm trying to get to that sand thing over there. It's a bit squishy here. I think we can make it if I'm careful. Yeah, there we go. We got it. We got this. Now we're gonna try to fish this little pool. It doesn't look like there's anything in it. I'm gonna walk just to spook them anyways. Because I really don't want to get this all unfurled and ready to go. There's nothing in this pool. Oh, I see a little bluegill about that long. We could change out our fly to catch him, but what we have currently tied on, the hook is way too big for something like that. Yeah, there's a little bluegill about that long, about 5 or 6 of them, all right there in the water, all about that long. So we're starting to see life, so that's a plus. So we're gonna work, it looks like it gets deeper just ahead of us. So we're gonna keep going a little bit further. And if it doesn't, look, oh man, there's tons of little bluegill in there. We could sit here with a little baby bass too. They're all about, you know, an inch long, but if we put on a baby fly, we could get a hold of them. But we haven't, so we're gonna keep on walking. And then, man, there's a whole school of them back here. All right, so we're gonna keep on moving our way down, being careful not to step into any giant spider webs or anything like that, or snake. But mostly what I'm worried about is stepping in some really soft mud and not being able to get out, because I do not have, oh, there's quite a few little fish swimming around in here as well. But this is where it looks like it deepens up. This is where I'm excited to get to. I wanted to fish the mouth. I just got to be careful to make sure I'm not going to sink as I try to get to this deeper spot. We spooked something already. All right, let's go ahead and start opening this bad boy up. Our fly still might be a little bit on the big side, but we can always fix that if we get a bunch of short strikes and they're not getting the hook. All right, guys, we switched to this tiny little ant pattern. It's brown ant. I already see a little bass we just spooked. And we're just gonna let it drift down there along this current seam. Just gonna give it a little tap every now and again. I would have preferred to fish this against the current, but it's not really an option. I'm kind of letting the current take it a little bit and then just kind of pulling it back to me, letting it drift, pulling it back. I won't really be able to fish this dry for very long. So while I have the opportunity, I figured that I would. Got him. Who'd have thunk it? All the way back here in the middle of the woods. We'd catch us. Ooh, wait a minute. That's not what I thought it was. This fish is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. One thing about these smaller creeks is the fish here are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can't tell me. Come here, let me get your little baby mouth. Come here. I'm gonna let you go. Well, can't get his mouth, it's too small, but you can't tell me that's not a beautiful fish. Absolutely beautiful. You can tell me it's not, and I'm just gonna call you a liar, because that's a beautiful little fish. You're gonna let him go right here. Man, he's right, taking off against the current. Beautiful little guy. Man, I could catch those all day. I really need to make this line a little bit shorter to make it the way I really want to fish it. Oh, they're missing it, but they're going after it. Got him. Nice size, like a red breast maybe? I mean, gosh, man, these fish are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. My hand's already wet, so he'll be all right. And look at the beautiful colors on this fish. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, that's like an aquarium grade fish. Look at the blue on the, man, this is absolutely amazing. Just to be able to come out here for a few minutes. Okay. Come out here and just walk off the side of the road into what you would think nothing would exist in this little puddle. but the fish are absolutely beautiful. It's a nice change of pace from just, you know, the big bass we always catch. You know, we always catch big fish on this channel. Nah, I'm lying, but still. Absolutely. Ooh, we missed it. Come on. I'm getting used to the shorter cast too. It's a little bit different because it's more of a straight up. And then it's just a bit different. They're missing the hook, but they're hungry. Missed it. There's like a sweet spot for the amount of casting distance that I have to another pretty fish. I mean, these fish are absolutely gorgeous. I'm tangled in a bush, but the fish are beautiful. I'm gonna try maybe 1 or 2 more casts at this little spot. And then we're gonna move a little bit further down because there's another little deep spot I'd like to try. I did see a little bit larger of a follow a few casts ago. I'd like to see if I can get him to eat. Got him. This is when my net would actually come in handy. Ooh, look at this guy. Another pretty fish. Different coloration, but still a beautiful fish. This looks like your standard bluegill or maybe a hybrid. It's got almost like a long ear on the operculum there. Pretty little guy. Oh, I was gonna let you go more gentle than that, but he said, hey, that's my shoe. Tangled us up a bit, but that's okay. All right. It's gonna be my last cast and we're gonna start walking forward. Probably gonna spook everything as we do. I wanna make my way a little bit further down. There's a bed and I don't wanna disturb it. Y'all see the fish bed right there? Let's see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Come on, camera, come on. See that little root ball? Right about there, that root ball? That's what we pulled them all out from under. There's also a big sand patch back there. It's got a hole underneath it. They're probably camping out in that too. I do see some movement in the next little riffle ahead of us. So we're gonna go that way. Or the next little eddy, I should say, not really a riffle. So we're gonna stay close to the edge and hopefully get close enough to it. I am worried about all these overhanging vines, but we are using the roto, so isn't that what this rod is made for? Tight fishing like this. Seems to be working good for me. You don't hear me complaining. I want to try slingshotting it, but I think my line might be too long to really do that. But I might be able to bunch it up a bit. Yeah, we can do a slingshot cast just like that. We're gonna slingshot it right there. I do see another log. I'm gonna go ahead and cast towards it. See if we can get something to eat our fly. Some tiny 1-inch fish going for it. Just hoping this little deep spot be holding one. Yeah, it's holding one small enough, a little bit bigger, big enough to get the hook. Is it a little greenie? No, but look at the tail colors on this guy. These fish are all just so pretty. That's a beautiful little fish. Oh no, that was a stupid move. I can't see anything, the sun's right in my face. Yep, still snagged in a bush. Alright, that's better. Let's see if we can get a slingshot cast. Right there, right where I wanted it. I can't not do a slingshot because that log, which is fine. There we go, guys. Another little one. Got me all up in this bush, a tree here. Another little fish. Oop, come here, little bluegill. Definitely a little bluegill. Not quite as colorful as the other one, but still very pretty. He seemed a bit stunned. He just sat there for a minute like, what just happened? Ah, bush again. This one little bush keeps getting me, man. I need to tie more ant patterns. I don't have any more currently. These fish are so skittish. Got one though. Finally got us a little bass. That's all I wanted, guys. I want to see the pretty colors on the little baby bass. Oh, calm down. Beautiful little guy. Pretty little bass. We're gonna let him go as well. And he's gone. All right, we're gonna move on back.